Hello, my name is Natasha. I'm currently going to school to be an OTA at OTC. OTA stands for Occupational Therapist Assistant, and what we do is we get the patients independent as possible in their everyday activities. That can range from taking a shower, getting out of bed, to maybe even doing some leisure activities, which are things that they find relaxing or that's important to them, which can be fishing, bowling, golfing, maybe even going out to public places, going to baseball games. So that is what occupational therapy does. We also work with patients that have had burns or just disabilities. We work with people of all ages, from elders to children. When we can't get our patients independent as they want to be, that's when we add in adaptive equipment. Adaptive equipment is used to help them adapt to a new way of living, whether that would be permanently or temporary. So permanently is for the people with disabilities that just aren't able to be, let's say they're stuck in a wheelchair and they're not able to get out of that wheelchair because maybe they're paralyzed or something. So we find new ways that they are able to do fun things that they want or things that are necessary in their life independently again. But then there's also temporary, and that's people that have had surgeries or maybe have been in wrecks, and we want them to be able to do things that they want independently, but it's just a temporary time until they're able to do them completely independently again. So for temporary, there are things called precautions. Let's say that somebody's had shoulder surgery and they're not able to break that precaution of lifting their arm up. So they have a reacher that's able to grab things from the shelf that's above, or to be able to grab things that are below, and they can't break precautions at their hip, which is like bending over when they've had hip surgery, things like that. So a couple different types of adaptive equipment may be adaptive equipment to help them eat. There are weighted utensils. Let's say the individual has tremors, which is shaking of the hand, and they're able to take that weighted utensil, cut up their food, but also get it up to their mouth independently with not a bad shake. Weighted utensils are used for many other conditions as well. That's just one. You may have seen these. There's rails at ramps. It's kind of like that, but it's called a grab bar, and they're smaller. And the grab bars can range from different sizes, but grab bars are put in showers or next to toilets. There's many other uses for them, but what they use them for is to maybe help them get up or down off the toilet or up and out of the shower, just to be able to have a more steady hold on something in case they fall or things like that. But like I said, we work with all kinds of ages, so we do have adaptive equipment for children too. A lot of kids that maybe have sensory issues, such as like autism. We have headphones that they're able to put over their ears for assemblies and stuff like that when it gets too loud in there. I know one of my favorite pieces of equipment is called a chalk wand. At the end of the chalk wand, you put a piece of chalk in it, and then children that are in a wheelchair and maybe bound to it, they are able to play with the chalk on the ground with other kids, so they're not feeling discluded and not feeling left out while the other kids are playing with chalk too. There are many other pieces of adaptive equipment. That's just a few that I listed. But for my piece of adaptive equipment I want to make is a long-handled shower scrubber, shampoo, or head scrubber. A long-handled head scrubber. At the end of the head, I want it to be like hard little points. I want it to be able to scrub into their hair, but I don't want it to where it's going to tangle their hair up. So like a brush that you may use to wash dishes, or a hairbrush, I don't want their hair to be able to get tangled, because if they're not able to reach their hand back there and they need to be able to do this, or maybe even like kind of go underneath, depending on what they need to do to wash their hair. I also am kind of thinking about shampoo. So here's the shower scrubber, but they don't have any way to put shampoo on top of their head. So I was kind of thinking on the head, so there's the bristles, but on the other side, maybe have like a little nozzle that they can put the shampoo in, or maybe even put the shampoo at the bottom of it where you press a button and it either shoots up pressure or it shoots up the shampoo to be able to release it out of the head. But I don't want it where it's gonna leak out, because when somebody's scrubbing their hair with the long handled brush, you don't want it to constantly just leak out shampoo, because then how are they gonna wash the shampoo out? So it has to have like maybe like just a button that they can press, or maybe something that they can do to like close the shampoo off, but they're able to put shampoo in their hair, scrub it, and maybe turn it off, and they're able to kind of scrub that shampoo out of their hair too. For color wise, it doesn't really matter to me, and for texture and material wise, it doesn't matter to me either. But this would be important for people that can't break those precautions. If they've had surgery anywhere, they can't like lift their arms up. It would also be really important for elders. Maybe they don't have the strength, or maybe somebody doesn't have the range of motion, which is moving that arm around to be able to wash their head and just get that shampoo out. Maybe they don't have a caregiver, somebody to be able to wash their hair. Maybe their whole family's passed away and it's just them in the house. I think this would be really work really well for them to be able to do that independently. So thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to my video, and I cannot wait to work with you.